everyone, I hope you are all well. Welcome back to another video with me, and welcome back to the start of a new series. This is going to be part of a series called Power, and it's all about finding the power within yourself to do the things that you thought you couldn't do, and to be more powerful in your own life. Okay, let's just get on to it. I think each video is going to unfold in itself, okay? Okay, so this video specifically is going to be about imposter syndrome and how that affected me working in a male-dominated environment. So I'm going to unpack it and share the lessons with you, all right? So the thing about working in a male-dominated environment is that, of course, you have men all around you. And especially if they're like more older, established men, you feel as if they are the decision makers. They are the ones who have all the power. And, you know, they're established, they know what they're doing, but you deserve to be there also. I think this is going to be point number one. Imposter syndrome makes you feel like you do not deserve to be there. And I think that's what I felt as well, like I didn't deserve to be there. But that is actually a lie. That is actually a typical symptom of imposter syndrome, feeling like you don't deserve to be there. If you really did not deserve to be there, if I really did not deserve to be there, I wouldn't be there. You know? So the thing is, you actually need to realize that the fact that you are there, the fact that you are in these environments means that that is your place, that you actually deserve to be there. And so the first step to overcoming it is just recognizing that, hey, if I wasn't supposed to be here, I wouldn't be here. I just wouldn't. Another thing you need to realize is sometimes people do get into certain positions and certain places just because right place, right time, right connection, by default, got lucky. And if you've actually worked hard to get there, why wouldn't you deserve to be there? It's imposter syndrome that has kicked in. So the next thing that can happen to you with imposter syndrome and working in a male-dominated environment is intimidation. I think it's high time as a woman I stop being intimidated by men. Not that I think I am generally intimidated by men, but you know, when you're around multiple men, I think that can sometimes get intimidating if you are the only woman, and then people around you can see that, oh my goodness, you're the only woman and all your colleagues are, you know, men, older men, and it's like it's a bit intimidating. It's not intimidating, but sometimes you can get cautious of perception, especially the perception of people looking in. But you need to realize that actually I don't need to be intimidated. These are people too. These are just people. And realize that actually you are there to support one another. Like every role supports the other. There's no need for you to be intimidated by them, especially if they are not necessarily doing anything to make you feel intimidated. It just might be their energy or the conversations going around making you feel like, I feel a bit like inadequate. Or maybe you get asked certain questions and then it's maybe hard to answer. Or sometimes certain questions can come off in a way that seem like, you know, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing here? But you need to stand firm knowing that I'm not intimidated, I'm confident. Why? Because I do deserve to be here, number one. And number two, I respect me. Sometimes you might feel like disrespected or not necessarily respected, even though I'm sure for the most part people do try to respect each other. But sometimes it's just a feeling, you shrink back. I'm going to talk about confidence as well. I think in the next video I'm going to talk about confidence, so look out for that. Okay, so like I said before, working in a male-dominated environment may make you feel like perhaps everybody is just different to you because they are men. Even the conversations, it's just like, oh, actually I can't really join in on that joke. But you have to remember the work. You have to remember the reason why you're there. Despite the fact that they are male and I am a female, I can get this work done, and the differences just make us better. I think it's about time men and women stop being intimidated by each other and stop using it as an excuse not to resolve issues or resolve problems. We have to get over it. You know, I know that sometimes we can be intimidating as opposites, but we have more in common than we think. Okay, so the fourth reason why I personally battled with imposter syndrome in a male-dominated environment is because I don't really like attention, and I was actually getting attention that like, why are people, especially when I got a couple of comments, working around all men. I didn't really care at the same time, but then I was just like, is this an issue? I think sometimes when you are getting that kind of attention from the outside looking in, don't pay it mind, because at the end of the day, you're sitting with people with a wealth of experience. You're sitting with people who know more than you, with older people who know more than you, or maybe they're not necessarily older. In my case, they were older, they know more than me. Obviously, we know we have different specialities, but obviously they knew more about a specific thing than me. So try not to be intimidated by the attention or kind of scared of the attention. If anything, just take it as a good thing. Like, hey, okay, people are recognizing, that's fine. Sometimes the attention isn't necessarily about you. Sometimes the attention that you get is about your purpose. Sometimes your purpose requires you to actually get some attention in order to reach more people, and in order to do your job, in order to make a change. So even if you don't like attention or you don't like the eyes on you, try to focus on the purpose and the reason why you're there and the reason why you do what you do. The attention sometimes can actually feel great. I think I've always told myself I don't really like the attention. I don't really like the attention. I don't live for the attention. But sometimes attention comes naturally, and I think it's important to know how to deal with it as well. Also, try your best not to draw attention for the wrong reasons. Complete your assignments. Complete what you have been set to do. And for those of you who are believers, sometimes that attention is supposed to be redirected to God. So take it as a good thing. I know a lot of people who do battle with imposter syndrome might also probably be introverted and perhaps not like the light being shone on them. Sometimes I have mentioned that, oh, I'm an introvert, but sometimes people don't believe me. But I guess I'm a little bit of a mix of both in a way. And I think I'm getting to a point in life where I just feel like I need to be me. I need to be able to express myself. Any space where you feel out of place, anywhere that you feel that people are just bigger than you, or maybe even better than you, maybe with more experience, and you just feel like a fish out of water. You have to see what you need to do as I'm on task. Got to execute. I've got to do what I've got to do because this is my bit. The next point I have to make when it comes to imposter syndrome is actually a scripture point. It's a scripture that comes from the Bible, which says, to whom much is given, much is required. That actually comes from Luke 12:48. So sometimes if you have that ability, if you have the gift, if you have that thing within you that requires you to serve the world, or to serve your workplace, or to serve people, or to serve a community, if you have that within you, you've been given that as your assignment, you've been given that as your purpose, you've been given that as a responsibility, I don't think there's any space to feel intimidated, to rest in imposter syndrome, to accept the fact that imposter syndrome is here. I think you have to recognize it, but you can not dwell in it, because you might not know how much you have, but the people who put you there, the people who provided the opportunity for you to be there, they see your potential. They see what you have. Trust me, they see what you have to offer, and they want you there. Yes, that means that you have it in you. Even though what you have to do seems like a lot, or seems like a challenge, for you probably it's not even going to be that much of a stress or a challenge. It's just going to be ease, But you've got to know that, okay, it's within me, I have it to give, but I can't be intimidated. I can't shrink back on this. I've got to go forth. Once you start seeing your presence, your ability as calling and purpose, as opposed to option, or as opposed to something not that serious, you'll understand that you are needed. You'll understand that you are actually needed, and don't take that for granted. because you can use that for your advantage as well. That gift or that blessing in you is not just there to serve. You also get to benefit from it. And I hope what I'm saying is actually connecting with somebody out there. It's actually making sense. All I can say is really that I was in a male-dominated environment and I felt intimidated, imposter syndrome, like I don't belong there, which is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm kind of gathering the lessons from it so that you can apply it to your story. Do not forget why you are there. Do not be intimidated by men who seem like they have more than you, because the thing about men is men have a lot of confidence. Men will apply to jobs when they don't even meet all the requirements. Women, we're just less likely to do that, aren't we? We want to go somewhere where we know that we're going to thrive and that we're going to make it work. And my last point is that you have to nurture the gifts that are within you, just to nurture them, take care of them, keep improving, keep watering them, and try to keep getting better, so that the more you pay attention to them, the more you actually know that, oh, actually, yeah, I'm competent, yeah, I can do this. Because otherwise, it's so easy to allow somebody to make you forget about the power within you, make you forget about the ability. Ability is actually power within you. You have so much in you to give to the world, and your best self is the best gift that you can give to the world. So that little thing that's just within you, just nurture it and keep nurturing it, keep taking care of it so that you don't forget it. That's it. I'm just talking about little bits, just water it. My water here, just water it a little bit, keep watering it on a consistent basis, just so that you don't forget. Don't hide it away. That's just what I wanted to share today. Be confident whoever you are around, men, women. I think it's affected me in many different scenarios, kind of being intimidated by men. I think we as women need to just realize we can influence men just the same way as they can influence us. The same way that they can be the big boss, we can also be the big boss, as long as we are willing to work with them and play on the same team without feeling like an imposter. Not even an imposter, because imposter by itself is like imposing, but imposter syndrome, you know, feeling like I don't belong here, I don't have a say. You have a say and you have that power. All right, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please do give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed, as well as turn your notifications on so you know exactly when I've uploaded the video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.